Hello YouTube, Damo_23 here, and welcome to another video. It isn't to go with my, non-league French save where I'm taking Paris 13 up to play PSG, but actually a different type of video. I've been very vocal that the game needs an update, and Football Manager has provided one, especially in the match engine. We're going to go through this video and break it down. If you do like the video, this has maybe helped you out understand what's going on with the update, or if you're a casual player wondering what the update has even done. Let me know down below what changes you would like to see them make in the next update. Is this a good thing? And lastly, give the episode a like if you do enjoy this video, or the video a like, because it's not even an episode. What we are going to do is just break this down here quickly. It is like half an hour before I have to go to work, but I've got everything packed, so I was like, let's get a video out as quickly as possible. They're happy to announce that they've obviously brought it out there, which is great. I know it sound like they're maybe not bringing it out to Xbox, but a different game. Firstly, we just need to have a look through what they're doing here, and through here is everything that they're fixing. Stability and technical issues, I haven't actually had too many of that throughout my time playing FM so far. If you guys have, hopefully this is a good thing for yourselves. Fixed a rare pre-game editor issue, I don't use it. And under 23 international teams, nice, which is maybe good for those people doing international saves considering the World Cup. And slight note, how crazy this World Cup has been. I just watched Japan beat Spain. Asian football is absolutely pumping. Australia, obviously being a Socceroos fan, have got through the group, so it's great. But in terms of international under 23s, if that's your thing, by all means, there's some updates there for you. I think the thing that we want to all have a talk about, and for me specifically, is the match engine, what they've changed, what my thoughts are of what they've changed, and then from there, see what they maybe need to improve going forward. Fixed defenders incorrectly stepping up at times when defending in a back three with no fullbacks or wing backs. I don't really play with a back three, but know that this is a bit of an issue. One of my community members in Dim Sim plays with a back 3/5 a lot, where they will step up when there's no apparent reason to. I'm hoping that also links to the fact when over-the-top balls come around and your centre-back steps up for no apparent reason, or when they drop off for no apparent reason, because that's one of the big issues. But yeah, look, obviously, hopefully, that's got to be a good change. And I'm not a big fan of when I score goals where it's clearly a match-changing mistake for the AI either. So hopefully that makes the AI that little bit better in these situations as well. Adjusted directness in some teams. I haven't really noticed it too much in France, but maybe there's some teams that are overly direct. If you think that's a good change, let me know. Reduce the number of unrealistic lofted passes. I don't mind how the actual decision-making of the match engine's been, so I don't want to see him make too many changes in that aspect. I feel like players make decent touches. I feel like players understand and have better decision-making now. It's not all the same way, like FM 22, 21, 20, you name it, was all like the same way of play. It was, pass, ball goes out here, touch, ball goes out there. The dribbling was just a knock a ball in front. Now it feels like players are making good decisions. Hoping this doesn't take away some of the ability of a player seeing a ball and lofting it into the space for someone to get in behind. But I'm guessing they're trying to cut that 80-metre diagonal the defender plays cross field and hits the guy on the tip on his foot. Reduce the players losing the ball too cheaply when playing with back to goal. I've seen that a bit, but playing on key highlights, a lot of it has been good build-up play. Yet again, I think it's one of those things that they put in the match engine notes that, we've changed that, but realistically, unless you're playing on comprehensive or on a full match, I don't think you would see too many balls being lost with back towards goal. The only thing I could think about is when they go to cross, and they should cross, and they turn around, and then they lose the ball. Hopefully that means that they're going to cross the ball now as a winger. But when I read this, I'm thinking target forwards, back towards goal, clearly has a flick on to his on running shadow striker or something, and yeah, that hasn't been obviously happening as much in the match engine. Reduce the frequency of defenders giving the ball away in and around the box. If they fix that, that's one of the big issues, because even if you have world-class defenders, from what I've seen of what people have been complaining about, they will cough off the ball once every couple of games in and around the box. It's just a matter if the opposition scores or not. Playing out from the back has been good. There's been times where, the good decision-making has been made. So it's not completely, oh my goodness, it's so horrid. But at the same time, my team's not particularly great in France yet. But, I've seen centre-backs of a higher level pass the ball to me for no apparent reason. So hopefully that's a tick in the future, and I think it would be really, really good to see. Look, from there, we've also got tweaks to anticipation when running towards the ball to make an interception, and defenders' decision making for aerial balls. Okay, gonna start on actually the one below. I've conceded numerous goals. The ball's gone over the top, and the centre backs turned around and run away from the ball, made an actual effort to sprint away from the ball to allow the striker to bring it down. And then by the time he's turned, the striker's in 1-on-1. What I'm meaning is, if the ball would have bounced on the halfway line, and he sprinted 30 metres back towards his penalty area to allow the striker to touch it. We'll link this in with this one, anticipation to run towards the ball, attempting to make an interception. I'm hoping this means that centre-backs will realise if they step up 3 steps, they might head the ball in the air, or if they drop off 5 steps, they'll win the ball there instead of running away from it. Hopefully these two are working together to make sure that the centre-backs are going, okay, that ball's going 5 metres over my head, I've got no pressure around me, 5 steps back, free header, or knock it back to the keeper, or if I step up 2 steps here, I'm going to be able to, win this aerial battle. So hopefully, this is what we've been craving for in the match engine, which has been the biggest issue for me. Centre-backs making aerial mistakes. It cost me against Marseille, my Paris 13 save, on stream, links down below. And these episodes will be out. The Marseille episode will be out in the next week or so, because that's how far behind I am. But at the same stage, we've also had, conceded some goals, at other stages where the aerial ball and the defender's just done something silly. I've seen it happen a lot to a lot of people. Tweaks the defenders' reaction times and situations. They switched off and made a mistake. I do feel like defenders have been freezing after making a mistake. I feel like this ties in with defenders losing the ball in and around the box. I know why that happens. If you lost the ball in and around the box, the game doesn't want it to be then perfect. The defender comes in and wins it again. So then there's the opposition to attack and score, because that elements and highlights the mistake, so to say. I just feel like they've done that in order to help with that, not making too many mistakes in and around the box. And I think what we'll see now is that if a mistake does get made, you'll see a defender really come in, cover, you name it. And I think that allows for covering centre-backs outside the area. Yet again, surrounding the mistakes, I think. If there's a mistake being made, the other centre-back will come and help out. Or if a ball goes long, one centre-back will go up for, the headering challenge. The other one might come through and cover. Or it also might mean covering centre-backs are now a little bit more overpowered, because they might actually sweep up behind the line. Which, look, I think that's a good change too. This last one, they've been saying they've been trying to fix this for yonks. I will not believe it until I see it, because I go near post corners. To be fair, I scored nowhere near as many corners this year on FM that I have in previous years, though. Improved corner defending, particularly defending at a near post. We'll wait and we'll see, because I'm not so sure. They've been trying to fix this. I still lump all my biggest players on the near post. It seems to work. I will say I see more headers go over the bar this year than I do see headers go in, but I do say that AI score a lot more headers this year from corners as well. Improved gameplay, here we go. And then there's competition rules, which I'm not going to go through. I think the major two are these two for us as the player. Improved CA progression rates in plays in inactive leagues, good. Improved attribute distribution. I love this one because it's new generation plus progression, e.g. crossing for fullbacks. Every regen I've ever seen the last few years as a fullback comes out with 6 crossing. And in the modern day and game, fullbacks are essential to get up the field and provide width and to provide ability to help out in 2v1 situations to get a ball in the box. We need fullbacks later down the track in game saves when you're 30 years down that can cross a ball. The amount of times I've had to turn a midfielder that had 10 crossing into a right back, or I find a right winger that's got 8 or 9 tackling and go, you're going to just become a complete wing back with no defending ability, has been ludicrous over my last few years doing saves. So, that being said, hopefully that's a big tick. Proved AI individual training logic, great. Tweaks the new gen reputation, good. Fixed an issue where players' individual ability role with being incorrectly removed. Issue with squads unhappy with lack of depth in position not used in the regular tactic. Have seen that out of nowhere, that, apparently we lack, centre mids, even though I play with 2 centre defensive midfielders. And they generally just get over it, but good to see they fixed it. Issue where players on the board incorrectly think the club vision has failed. Haven't come across that yet. Fixed an issue with number of scouts to reduce to 0 when the scouting budget has been used up. Yeah, don't want that. I was going to say, I've actually been dealing with this, is that if we go back to it, every time, because I've got no real money in my French save, and it's going to be a bit of a slog, every time I use up the scouting budget, they just tell me, oh, we don't want any more scouts, and they want me to get rid of scouts, and the board's like a little bit with it. So I'm good to see that. Average basic wage displays within finances, good to see. Fixed an issue where there's not enough recommendations returned when using the star recruitment focus, nice. Fixed issues where there's an unable to scout assignment or on a player, good. Tweaks the under 18 players' interest for pre-agreed transfers. About time. The amount of lads that I see that 15, 16, 17, and I'll be like, mate, I'm in France, top flight France, right? And they go, no, I want to stay at my... I had a guy in the Netherlands, in the second division in the Netherlands, being top goal scorer last 3 years at 19. And he's the whole time, between 15 and 17, he's like, no, I don't want to talk to you, don't want to talk to you, don't want to talk to you. In real life, he would have been like, I get to play in the French top flight at 17. Any player would have taken it. But in FM, they've been waiting for players to turn 18, and then all of a sudden, oh yeah, we might think about a contract. I understand why it's been like that, because back in the day, you could just sign every Brazilian at 16 when they gemmed out on a free. But a lot of these games come a long way since FM 17 and 18 in that regard. It's now gone too much the other way, where it's been, well, actually, you can't sign anyone until after they turn 18. USA amateur players, for instance, you know, they're on an amateur contract. They know they can't move to the 18, but you should be able to go, look, when you turn 18, you're on your flight, on your come. And you should be able to trial them in, let them have a look, because it's a good experience for them. There's no way an amateur club in the USA, who are, you know, they're all the youth teams, are not going to allow a youth player to go and have a look, right? Because it's going to be beneficial for the MLS down the track, or going to be beneficial for the USA national side. That's one example. Other examples, though, are, you know, next-gen kids at 16 that maybe are on a contract compensation deal, and you might be a bigger club. In saying that, though, I don't want this to turn into the fact there's a guy at Barcelona, and Barcelona haven't timed on a youth deal, and you're playing in League One, and all of a sudden, hey, I've got the money to give you 1.1 mil, and they go, yeah, sure. Don't want that either. But I actually think this is a really big change that needed to be made. So kudos to FM and their team down there at SI. Tweaks to AI transfers when using certain formations. Good. Tweaks the recruitment focus for the initial pool of players when creating a new focus, and improved AI loan negotiations when making counter offers. Yeah, they're a bit weird, but there we go. In terms of everything else, they've fixed some competition starts, and there's been fixes with touchline tablets and whatever. But look, I actually think that's really, really good. I think the major thing to take out of it, they've tried to improve the stability. I've never had any issues, but if that's been you, good. Looks like they really specifically have targeted centre-backs, their decision-making, their ability to make mistakes and limit those mistakes, and aerial balls in the air. They've noted that it's been an issue. I've been saying this whole time playing this FM, it has the potential to be the best football manager they've made. I feel that passionately. I've made a video for the first time on the updates. Reason being is the animations, the way goalkeepers come out and spread themselves, the decision-making, passes going in between centre-back and full-back and not just having to go all the way out wide in order to break teams down back in the old days of FM. You get so many different variations, outside of the foot finishes, cross-body, left foot, inside foot, little dinks. You get so many different type of finishes now. Players actually look a lot more skillful on the ball. And not every single role, for me, doesn't feel as broken. It's not like, oh, you have to play a Mazzala or send him in on attack now. You can play different roles. This could be the best FM. And if these changes are correct, especially the aerial ones, especially the centre-back ones, we could be in for a very good time. Love to see that they finally look like they're trying to improve the fullbacks, new-gen fullbacks, because they don't generally populate out good enough down the later in saves. And the fact that they're trying to improve contracts, etc. I actually think it's a really, really good update. Kudos to Football Manager. We'll have to obviously play this game in order to see it more. If you want to see me complain about the match engine, links down below to come follow me live on Twitch. I am planning on getting this video out as soon as I've recorded it, so interesting. And yeah, look, here we are. Major update. Sounds good, FM. Let's see how good it really is.